All right, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show today is Being Considerate to Your Significant Other. What I mean by being considerate is like various things that you do, as far as like when you're, being there for them, and they'll be there for you. Like just think about treat them as you want to be treated. Like for instance, just understand me, say you're working hard, you come home, you know what I mean? You got to make a night. You got to take time out. If you have to plan this night to be together, you understand me, to show affection and to be, intimate or whatever you have to do. If you have to make time to do that, you have to do that. You can't neglect your your significant other. The same things that it took to get her or to get him is the same things it's going to take to hold on to him. A lot of people realize they say they're growing further apart, when they should be growing closer together. It's a lot of times they don't communicate, they don't talk with one another and consider each other's feelings, or listening. Listening is a very significant thing that you should do, is listen to the other person, and they'll tell you how they want to be treated. If you listen to them, they will tell you how they want to be treated. So all you have to do is listen, and then you know what you want. You know what you want, and you let them know what you want, and they'll let you know what they want. And then, you should grow positive, and you should grow, the relationship should be enriched. As time goes on, it should be enriching. It should be better instead of worse. If your relationship, if you're treating your person that you're with the way you're supposed to treat them, they will treat you the way they treat you. You treat them. If they care for you, if they don't care for you, then you'll know, and you shouldn't stay. You shouldn't continuously waste time with them, because if you're being real and you're being, you're communicating, and you're not getting the things you want in the relationship. You know what I mean? And you plan these things out, and you both take the time to work on your relationship to make it better. You enjoy. Don't listen to other people. Other people cannot tell you how to live and how to treat and how to be in a relationship, especially people that are not in relationships. You got a lot of people try to tell you how to be in a relationship, and they're not in a relationship. The only people that can tell you how to treat each other is you and your mate. And what you do is communicate. Make sure that you communicate. You have to communicate with your significant other. You have to do that, you understand me? Because feelings are there, and the feelings have to be considered. So therefore, you both talk things out so you don't hurt no one's feelings. You don't hurt no one's feelings, So when you talk to the other person, you make sure they listen, and you tell them in a significant way about how you want to be treated and how you want to be. You do that. And as long as you do that and treat the person with consideration and plan things out, when you want to go somewhere, like you want to go to an outing, or you want to go, somewhere, or go to see their family, or you go to see your family, make sure it's a mutual thing. It's just like me and my queen. We went to Vegas. We took time out to see her family. We took time out to see my family. And we took time out for ourselves to do what we wanted to do. You understand? We didn't need time out to individually go see your family or me go see my family. No, we did this together. Some people, they've been in relationships for 30, 40, 50. They've been together for years. And they don't have a relationship that I have with my queen. And we only been together a little over 3 years. Because I realized that being together means everything. If you go see your family, you go on by yourself to see your family, and I don't get involved in your family, and I don't know your family, and you go with me, I go see my family, and you don't go see my family. No, that's not being in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, your families are your family. My family is your family is my family, and we share families. When you don't share the family and you have a problem with a family member, then you may deal with it like that. But generally speaking, you do not take your mate around your family. You take them around your family, and their family is your family, and you go around her family, like we did in Vegas. We went to my family, went to her family. That's the way you do it. And then we went to go see my friend, and that was sick. You do things together. If you're with a mate and you're not doing things together, it's okay. That works for you. But when you have problems, or when that individual leaves you because they met somebody else that was doing things that you didn't do, don't be surprised because you weren't there when she needed you. It's just like, for instance, you got people that be together, but you always see them by themselves. They never with their mate. They never with no one else. That's okay. That's the way they live. But me, I don't live like that. I didn't want to be with no one that I couldn't be with. I wanted to be with someone I could share everything with. And like my queen and me, we share clothing. We like to dress as we're blessed and match as we're all attached. This is what we do. But that's what we do. I'm not expecting nobody else or anybody else to do it. I know how to treat my queen, and she knows how to treat me. We got the magic. We got the formula, you understand? And we have that. That works for us. I would not go running around trying to tell somebody what I'm telling you now, that you got to consider your mate. But what I'm saying is what I do and what I feel. I'm not saying it's going to work for you. I'm just telling you that you can't lose if you use what I'm talking about. But a lot of people, they don't care that much about their mate to do all the things I'm talking about doing and spending that much time with them. A lot of people don't be there. A lot of people be with somebody, and the only time they see them is at night. You know what I mean? And in the day, they go their way and they go their way. That's okay for the ones that like it like that. Me, that's not my formula. The way my life is going is the way I like it to be. We're together when we're together, and we be around one another. We dress as we're blessed and all that. I could never have it no other way. The way it is now, and I'm spoiled to this way to where if anything happened and I had to be with somebody else, I couldn't do it because there's no one could take the place of my queen. No one could do that, and not only that. The attitude and the way we do, it's a one of a kind. It's like, it's solid gold. You understand me? It's something that cannot be replaced. But the point I'm saying is that those of you that understand what I'm talking about, as far as being considerate and wanting to be considerate, wanting to do things to make your mate happy. You want to do these things to make them happy. You're happy when they're happy, right? You don't be fussing, arguing all the time. You may have a discrepancy for a minute, but not continuously arguing and fussing and putting somebody down. You never put your mate down and talk about them. People that do that, I don't have respect for them because they don't have respect for their mate. And they mustn't have respect for themselves because they with that person that they talking down on. And you with them. So you should never even be with someone that you can't lift up and talk up and inspire. If you're with them and you can't speak good on them, then something ain't right. And I feel good about the fact that I could speak good about my mate and everything that's happening. But I show rather than tell by taking pictures and doing things that we do. But that's what I do. But because I'm not allowed to talk, I'm not one to talk a lot. And I know people think you're bragging. People think, they get jealous and they hate because you're talking about how things are with you in your life. And that's the way they're supposed to be in everyone's life. But the point of it is they're not. And I'm telling you that if you're in a relationship that's not where it's supposed to be, some people rather be in that relationship than be by themselves. But that's why I said self-love got to come in for you to really, really, really prefer being by yourself than being with somebody that ain't the best. That becomes a hard thing to deal with, being by yourself. But I was by myself for a long time, and I was by myself with, for a distance, what I'm saying, for a while to the point to where it was, I felt that I could accomplish everything I needed and my attitude would be right and it all be good to where the one I want to gravitate to, the gravitational pull the one that's compatible with me, it'd come through. Till then I was going to wait if it was there. If I never find it was going to be all right with me because I was still going to be my best self. But the point of it is God send you something when he know you're ready. You understand? Because he wants you to be happy and he wants you to share your life with somebody else that can make you happy and you can make them happy. Because that's what he wants. God wants that. When he don't want you to ruin nobody. He not gonna have you got yourself together or you don't have yourself together and you get with somebody that's got themselves together. He's not gonna put you with them, not God. God don't do it. You might run into it some kind of way and you ruin their life or they ruin your life, and you get a warped value about women, and you say all women are like this or all this. Because some people have that attitude. Oh, there's no good men. They say that all the time. Oh, it ain't no good because you ran into one or two. Don't never give up hope for somebody great in your life. Don't never do that. Don't sit up there and say to yourself that I'm not gonna get nobody. There ain't nobody good. I don't know. No. You might ran into the people, and subconsciously you pull them to you because you want somebody like that. That's so you can feel good about yourself. Because I know there was a time I had friends that I would get that weren't as sharp as me, so I can be the sharpest one around. But that's not good because you can't grow that way. So I started getting around sharp people, sharper than me and better on top of their game. That's been bigger than me, and that's when I started being around giants. And the same way with a woman, I want a woman that's gonna be, be a queen. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm a king, and we spread that together, and that's what you want. You understand me? You want the woman. You understand me? Or the man that's gonna make you feel good. If you with someone and they're not making you feel good, if they're drinking or they raggedy and you like to dress and you ashamed to be with them, so you leave them at home and you go out, you don't feel good about yourself. You're not your best self simply because you can't shine with your mate, and people saying, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? They never mention your mate because you never seen them, and they don't know about them, and when you see them, they don't look like they should be with you. You see people. One looks like very good looking and handsome and all that, and the other person is tore up. And you see the people don't be around them, right? They don't take them out. But they in love with them, and they don't take them out. They leave them at home. No, you want to shine. You want to shine with your mate. You want somebody that's going to enhance you so you can be a king and a queen. You can be together. You understand me? And shine bright in this lovely life that we live in, you understand? You want to be the best you can be, you understand me, with somebody else, you understand me, that enhances you and make you the best you can be. That you enhance them, they enhance you, and you grow together and you be the best and you enjoy life together. Well, you in life, you don't want nobody else because you're happy with them. And you're happy for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. Because some people be with people and they say they're talking about them, but they with them. No, if you with them because your self-esteem, your insecurities, and all these things got you with them. Because they ain't going nowhere. But put a challenge on somebody that's great. Get with somebody that's great and shining, that somebody else would want, and see how you handle that. That's when you know you're a bad son of a gun. When you got somebody bad and you bad, you understand? You don't worry about it because you know you're number one. You understand what I'm saying? You know you're number one. You know you're tough. When you know you're tough and you're doing what's right, and you know your game's tight because you consider it. You're doing the things that's right. You're treating your lady right. You're treating your man right. And you got confidence. You're not over sweating them. You give them space. You know what I'm saying? Because your confidence in them is strong, so you don't have to be worried about them. Are they with other women? Or like a lot of women, they got a man that's sharp and dress up and look good. They worried about him. They constantly wondering why women look at him. And look, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care how fine a woman is and how aggressive she is trying to get a man. If a man is set on being with a woman, or if that man don't even have a woman and he's looking for a particular type of woman, that woman ain't gonna get him. No, that woman ain't gonna get him because he's got convictions and he knows he wants a certain woman that he wants. And if he really knows what he wants, he ain't gonna stop till he get what he wants. He ain't gonna intermission and interfere with something on the way when he wants to find out that what he wants. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna do it. You understand? He gonna be, and women gonna hit on him and whatever it is, and he ain't gonna jump. Just like a woman, if she's secure and she's waiting for the right man and she know what she wants and she got herself together. That's if she got herself together. If she's literally insecure and she's been with a lot of losers and failures in the past, well then she might submerge into that. And that's like I said, the lady I'm talking about that got with this guy beneath her. He's beneath her. You know what I mean? She's a giant, but she with somebody that ain't nothing. They do that. You know what I mean? Because they want control and they probably jealous and all that. They get somebody younger somebody they can control, you know what I mean? I had an aunt like that. She'd get somebody younger where she can control, and she was a very, very, very beautiful woman, but she was insecure. She wouldn't get with nobody on her level, somebody that was about it. I don't know why, you know what I mean? My niece, I mean, not my niece, my cousin was the same way. You know, she did the same thing. She was not secure, and she would be insanely jealous. And the man liked it that because, you know, it makes him feel like he's somebody because they feel that much for him. And he know he ain't nothing, you know. But it's a pattern with that type of woman. And these women I'm talking about that are like that are very, very, very beautiful. They both are very beautiful. And a lot of men would desire them. But they look at these other men, you know, like squares. They don't want no square. You know, you know what I mean? What's a square? You know, it's square. You know, they don't want no square, like boring. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they don't realize, you understand me, that you get a man that's secure. You got security with him. He's a nice guy. He's not going to get in trouble. You know, he's not going to be running around on other women with you. You know, you want a guy like that, but no, that's too plain for you. You want somebody that, you know, that's a little on the edge. And I don't know why they want that, because me, I got a square. I got a square, square, square. This woman don't even lie. To lie to save her life. She would not lie. And you know what? I like it. I like it like that because by me being living in the type of background I got, I never would think I would ever be with a square, total square. But this square got style. This square is just wonderful, you know. And when you look at us together, we're a perfect combination. So that's good for me. You understand? I never did say I wanted. I've been around all them fast women. You know what I'm talking about? I come up with fast women. So that's something that I never would want to, you know, settle down with unless I had a woman that was with me when I was in the fast life, and then she came on with me through the fast life into the square life. Like I said in Penfield, oh, that would work. It could work like that. You understand me? Because we've been through it, and you know that's generally the way it happens. But I got this square, and it was God sent. So you know when God sends you something, He sends you something that's for you. And she didn't have to go through recovery or none of that. She never drank and never had a problem. You know, she took a drink before, but drinking, she don't drink, she don't smoke, she don't do none of that. And I don't do it, but I used to do everything. But see, I was 26 years now. I'm 26 years clean. So, you know, I've changed my life around to where, you know, I'm living the life I want to live now. And I realize money and all these other things that stress you out over is not what make happiness. So I know what the recipe to happiness is. So this is what I pursue. I pursue happiness, you understand? And that's all I'm trying to do is live my life. And health is your wealth. You know, I just come from the doctor. Everything is sweet. Everything is nice. You know, you always want to see a doctor regularly so you can get a view of maintenance of what's going on in your life, so you can tighten it up, or you can, you know, do what's right and be the best you can be, you understand me? And don't let nothing get you down. You know, you be on top of your business. You know what I'm saying? You do what you got to do. And that's why I say to myself, you understand me, that I'm going to being the best I can be and appreciating what I got and being considerate, man. You have to do that. You know, you have to go out with your mate, be seen, spend time with them, not just at home, spend time with them. You know what I mean? A lot of these cats have a woman, but they running with the men all the time. You see them run. When you're young, you do that. When you're young, you do that because you don't know, you really don't know. You're not really holding on to that one woman. That woman is in your life, but you're not really trying to, you know, you're not worried about keeping a long distance because you're still exploring. You know, you're like in your 20s. Some people get with somebody with their 20s and stay with them till their whole life. They don't even get a bunch of women. They don't go through that facet. You know, and that works. You know, if it works, it works. It's all depending on your upbringing. It all depends on, you know, your lifestyle. You know, like me, myself, I was in a fast life. I was running around, I had a lot of women and all that. But my father and my mother had a good, solid image. My mother and father stayed together until my father passed away. And they were together 41 years before that. And they would have been together 100 if they would have lived. But the point I'm making is It's being dedicated and devoted, being to that other person. My father was always considerate to my mother. He always looked out for her, did things for her, went places with her. He did all that. When he wasn't on the ship, he would go family day. It'd be me, him, and my mother. We'd go places. If it was looking for houses or going shopping, he went shopping like for houses and things like that. And for cars. He'd always buy cars and houses. He would go do that. But he would have the family, me and my mother and my father, because I was like, see, I got sisters that are 10 and 12 years older than me. So when I was at home, they weren't at home with me. They had their own family. They was out. I was with my mother. So it was like I was the only child in a sense, right? Because I was with my mother and my father. So that's why I know how to be selfish and I know how to be alone. I know all this because I had a good life. I was raised middle class. I wasn't raised poor, But I never considered myself being better than anyone else, Because when I ran, like I said, I went into the fast life. I ran away from the fast life and went into the streets and was a hustler, like anyone else that didn't have anything. But I had things. I had things going for me. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to take chances of going to jail. But I wanted to be slick because slick was the thing to do back then. And it was the ultimate thing you could be as far as being a player at that time. At that time, like I said, 20, 30 years ago. No, really 40 years ago. It was a different dimension. We were raised differently. And like I said, I learned all this. I was always a nice guy, like I said. Even when I was in the game, I had to make myself be mean. But the point of it is that now I have the perfect mate to where I really be considerate and do things that are right. I try to do things for her. Be there for your mate. Be there for your mate, for your significant other. It's just like if they have to go to the doctor, you go with them if you can. If you can go with them and the doctors want to know, whatever, you go with them. They wanted their son to go. But then I said, hey, I'll go. It's like you be there for them, because it's like your better half is really, the older you get, it's going to be like you and them. Because your children, they're not going to be with you. The children, they're going to have their own family. You understand? You think you're going to be by yourself if you don't get a significant other. Your children got their own family. They live in their life and they're young, so they more active. They doing things. They may come visit you, but they ain't going to be around you long. And when they do see you, they're going to visit you. But you want to have your mate to enjoy life with. You want to have that person, that significant other, so you be considerate, you do things, you go places and you enjoy life, while you can. If you can't find the right mate, you still live the best you can by yourself. God will send you the right mate when you be the right person. But you have to be the right person anyway, a person to be good anyway. If you're an evil person and you messing over people and all, you ain't gonna never have nobody right. You know what I mean? Good things ain't gonna come to you. You're not gonna have no blessings. You're gonna have a whole lot of lessons and you're gonna be complaining and all that. You're gonna be one of those persons that complain and feel bad about certain things that, people talk about. You can't see the upside, the positive side of things. I got people, that talk bad. They have never, in their whole life, they haven't really found anyone good. That's because they don't think that much of themselves. Because if they thought a lot of themselves, they would be very particular about who they get with. And I don't care who you are. You could be bad. You could do bad by yourself. When you get these people and they mess over you and they're not no good, that takes something out of you every time. Every person you mess with, that you be with, that takes your energy, steals your joy, and puts you in a position where you're not feeling optimistic and positive, you know what I'm saying, about your life. You're not being the best you can be. You don't need that. You be by yourself and just take your time and be patient who you get with. Don't get with no one. Be intelligent enough to know that you want somebody good, you want somebody square, you want somebody honest. See, square, hey, sometimes you got to get a square because if they're not in recovery or nothing like that, and they're square, they might, you got to look at the fact. You want a person that's real, in other words. Because even squares cheat and do other things, like that. Cheat and mess around on you and all that. You don't want that. You want someone that's straight. It's just, it's the situation. You be the best you can be and do what you can for them. If they mess you up, drop them. Don't waste time. Don't hold on to them. If they're not no good, do not hold on to them. This is where people make a mistake. They get with somebody that ain't no good and they hold on to them and complain about them. Don't do that. Get rid of them because you holding up space. You can get somebody good. While you holding on to them nothing, You can get a hero. You let go of that zero, and you can get you a hero. Let them go. Fire them like you would leave a job. If you're on a job, fire them, get rid of them. Your feelings might be there. You might be hurt for a while, but it's best to hurt for a while and get rid of them than to be with them and be in a toxic, dramatic, and a relationship that's not pleasant. You know. And then you got these people that are not in a real relationship. They're in a relationship, but they're not committed. So when they're not committed, you really don't know what's going on until you make the commitment. Because in a relationship, just being friends or not making a commitment, this person can do, and they can go and do what they want to do. And you can't say nothing. And it's same with you. The consideration, it don't have to be there because you're not really there for them. You're just a friend, And a friend zone and an intimate zone is two different places. When you get to the intimate zone, then you're a person to where you get with this one, and you get to a point to where you want to have a commitment. You know what I mean? A commitment shows that you really care for this person and you want to be with them the rest of your life or through your life. You're not looking at nobody else. You're not trying to be with nobody else. But you don't have to marry that person to prove that to them, because the way life is now, getting married is a lot of legal marriage is a lot of, it's a lot of paperwork, and it's a lot of, this person that might have a lot of money and they have to take care of you because you don't have none. Oh no, you don't need that. You don't need the red tape. You got a commitment, and you with the person. That's what counts. In the eyes of other people, you married. Just when they say, "Oh, that's your husband," or "That's your wife," you just go along with it. Because you treat them like a wife and a husband, and they treat you like a wife and a husband. Then you're married. You're married in your mind, and that's all that counts. When you treat that person like your wife or your mate, then that's when you do it, and you be great. You understand? Because you're walking that line. You understand? Then being in a situation where you're not happy. And I've seen it so much. In the past, I was in those relationships, but I jumped out of them fast because I was young and I knew how to do that. I knew how to get out the way and do what I had to do. Because you have to have, sometimes you got to learn who you are and be who you are and be the best you can be and love you for who you are. You understand me? And realize that you have to do that and be one to consider the facts, You know what I'm saying? But you need to want to do things for your mate. You should want to go out with them. You should want to make them happy. And they should want to make you happy, you know what I mean? And when you do that, that's all that counts. You don't have to worry about what other people think. Other people will get in your business. Other people are hateful. Other people are jealous. And they will do that under the strength because they want what you have, right? And if they can't get what you have, believe me, they want to destroy it. So you don't tell them nothing about your business, Keep them out your business. As long as you keep them out your business, you'll be fine, and they'll be despising you, and they'll be hating, and they'll be jealous. But you don't tell them nothing. You just keep on living your best life and being happy in life, you understand? Because that's what life's all about, being the best you can be and be happy as you can be, you understand? And finances don't have nothing to do with your happiness. It's a recipe that a lot of people don't have the formula for it. But I do, and we are happy with that formula. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is International Red's Fashion Experience. Fashion Experience. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.